What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning back into another episode of The Loud Bostonian. Today I'll be reviewing Chapter 4 of The Mandalorian, titled Sanctuary. This episode is fresh off the heels of the third episode of The Mandalorian, which, like I said in my review of Episode 3, best 37 minutes of Star Wars I've ever seen collectively put together. I fucking loved Episode 3, so I couldn't wait for this fourth one to come out. I kind of expected it to be a slower episode as a result of how much was packed into Episode 3, and I was surprised that it wasn't. It was, again, this show continues to deliver Star Wars action, which is really cool. So every episode seems like the action's always going to be there, which is awesome. It's kind of what I want out of this. You know, my four thoughts of what the Mandalorian was going to be a bounty hunter-centric show with Mandalorian going place to place and, you know, collecting bounties. So I kind of expected that. Not necessarily what we're getting, obviously. The overarching arc of this entire series is going to be based around the Baby Yoda, so that continues to be the case here. But this episode is directed by Bryce Dallas Howard, and she did a phenomenal job. A lot of really cool set pieces and shots. Her dad, obviously, Ron Howard, is now an alum when it comes to directing Star Wars. He directed Solo, which, you know, met with some negative reception there, but it was also fresh off the heels of The Last Jedi, which, again, tore the fandom in half, so I'm not sure how much love there was for that. There was a lot of, did this movie need to get made, put out there originally? And I actually enjoyed Solo. I did. I didn't originally want to see it, but after it got released, I didn't see it in theaters, but when it was released digitally, I bought it, and I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. I thought it was a lot of fun. So I don't know if she went to her dad and asked some tips for how to shoot Star Wars, but I can tell you that she did a phenomenal job. So I thought she did great. And these directors that they've lined up for all these episodes, they know what they're doing, and I have all the faith in the world the rest of these episodes are going to be completely doled out perfectly. So nothing to worry about directorial-wise in any of these episodes. So, where does the story continue from the last episode? Well, from the last episode, we know that the Mandalorian has cleaned house and decided to take Baby Yoda back from the Empire. So, now he's on the run. All the bounty hunters are coming after him, all that sort of stuff. So he tries to find a planet where no one will find him. So he finds a planet that doesn't have a spaceport, doesn't have any, like, commerce or anything like that. It's just basically just a wilderness planet that he wants to go and hide out on. And there are settlements there, so it's not like there's no one there at all. In fact, the episode opens with, you see a colony of, I believe say, krill farmers, which were, just basically, it almost looks like lobster or like shrimp fisherman sort of deal going on, but like in like a field, which is weird. But again, I don't know Star Wars geography, so maybe they pop up in these little pools, and that's just where they do it, and that's what it seems to be. But it was really cool to see them kind of just doing their thing, and it was really peaceful, really quiet, and too happy. You knew shit was going to go down, and sure enough, you hear what sounds like something big walking in the distance. You don't know what it is, and then massive cannon fire and a group of like savage warriors. I don't know. They were kind of look like dogmen a little bit. I don't know what alien race that is in Star Wars, but they kind of attack these people, and sure enough, these people are peaceful, so they ran away. Cut to the Mandalorian showing up, and the villagers have reached out to them to see if he would help defend the village against these people that are attacking them, or at least go and seek them out and see if they can destroy them or whatever. But he doesn't want to do the job. Cut to him going into a bar where I might have just mixed up what happens where, but he goes to a bar, and this is where we first get introduced into Gina Carano's character. And Gina Carano, who I love action movie-wise, I think she's a phenomenal fighter in movies. She's really good at choreography, stuff like that. She's never really been given a role that she could shine as an actress in, but this probably was her best work. I believed everything she was saying, and I feel like they really wrote her a character that she could deliver on. She's a badass, obviously. She gets in a fight with the Mandalorian because she thinks he's there for her. She is an ex-shock trooper for the rebellion, so after the rebellion, she even talks about Endor. She talks about how she was on Endor, and it was really, oh my god, I love when stuff rifles into stuff that I know, you know? I love Star Wars. I know a lot of non-canon stuff, a lot of canon stuff, but whenever it talks about straight original trilogy stuff, I'm like crazy for it. So when she starts talking about how she was on Endor helping clean up there, and then I think she even talks about the Ewoks at one point, and then she says the she says the governors or the politicians all came in, and that's when she was like, I'm out of this, whatever. So she went for early retirement, and this is the plan she decided to settle on. And like I said, she gets in a fight with the Mandalorian, and then they realize they are not against each other. And sure enough, throughout the episode, Mandalorian realizes that he could use some help, probably to deal with the farmer problem that is happening. The people that are the gang that's attacking the farmers, or the brood, whatever the hell they're called, they're attacking the farmers. So he, ropes her into helping. They find out that they have an ATST, which is Gina Carano's like, well, you guys better move because there's nothing you can do if this is an ATST. We've seen those things take out entire groups of trained warriors or entire battalions of soldiers, what she says. So she doesn't want to take it out. And then the Mandalorian sitting back, and he's kind of made a bond with one of the widowed women of this village and her daughter. So he says, unless we show them how. And sure enough, a la Lord of the Rings training battle takes up, where Gina Carano's showing them how to fight hand-to-hand combat. The Mandalorian's teaching them how to shoot, and then they're digging trenches and traps, and it was really cool. I really dug that part of it. And then they go to this village, and it reminded me a lot of like sneaking into like the Sand People's village in episode 2. That's Star Wars Attack of the Clones episode 2, not episode 2 of The Mandalorian. And when Anakin like sneaks his way in and is cutting through all this stuff, very, very reminiscent of that to me, when he's the way that Gina Carano and The Mandalorian are sneaking in. So they sneak in, they kill a few of these dog people, and then sure enough, that ATST fires up, and they run their asses back to the trap they sprung for them. And things aren't going great. The ATST seems to know that there's a trap, which was a little weird to me, that it would know to stop before stepping into what their trap was, because there was no clear sign that this trap was a trap. So but it kept like almost going in. That was probably the most annoying thing about it, because it didn't seem plausible that this fucking ATST driver, this barbarian dog person, would have known maybe they set a trap for me. Because I just feel like they would be so like, we're going at them with the ATST, they're running away, fuck it, let's just take them out. But anyways, eventually it does go into fall into the trap, and the Krill farmers succeed, and they drive back these barbarians. They kill a lot of them, and then their lands are free. And you think for a little while they stay there, sticking around Gina Carano and the Mandalorian, but Mandalorian realizes that they need to get moving, and that the baby Yoda actually might be safe with these people, and he wants to leave him there. Cut to a bounty hunter who's got the little beacon thing walking through the woods, and he's got his sniper scope set on baby Yoda. And as he's getting ready to pull the trigger, you hear a gunshot, and Mandalorian spins around. For a minute, I honestly thought they shot the fucking baby Yoda, and I was like, how could you kill this thing like this? This is such an unceremonious way for it to die. But no, it cuts back to the sniper, and he falls forward, and Gina Carano has just put the kibosh on that guy's plans. So Mandalorian decides he cannot take the chance of leaving baby Yoda with these Krill farmers, and he himself has to depart with baby Yoda again to try and find another place for him in the galaxy. I kind of thought Gina Carano was going to stick around and go with him. In fact, I feel like there was at least one conversation where they talked about it, and it doesn't happen in this episode. I am positive she'll be back in this season, because I truly feel that this is going to be one of those shows where eventually we're going to get to a whole crew of people piloting, trying to protect this baby Yoda, and Gina Carano is absolutely going to be one of them. I mean, she's the closest thing to an ally that he's had fighting-wise. I mean, obviously Nick Nolte's character, whose name I do not know, from the first 2 episodes was kind of an ally as well. But I believe Gina Carano will be a permanent member of his crew once it's established and he gets going in this. And even if she doesn't, and it's just the one-off episode that she's in, she did a great job. So I hope she comes back. She was really good. But so that's where we stand with the current timeline here. Again, I don't know where he's going. I don't know what the next episode will hold. I know we still haven't seen... I don't know his name. It's not. It's a Moff of some kind. It's the guy from Breaking Bad who was Gus in Breaking Bad. He's going to be the overarching enemy this season. So you haven't seen him yet. So I'm assuming episode 5 is going to be a good debut for him for the remaining 4 episodes, but I don't know. So we'll see where that goes. I'm sure he'll show up next episode, but I'm digging The Mandalorian, guys. I really am. I think it's, like I said, it's the Star Wars I've been waiting for a long time. So I'm sure you all feel the same. Everybody's gushing over this thing. Where can I get my friggin' Baby Yoda toy? My kids need it. So Disney, you need to get on that shit. Release it now. But aside from that, The Mandalorian's giving me everything I need. So I'm very excited about the show. I can't wait to watch more episodes. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments what your favorite episode has been so far. Let me know what your favorite part of episode 4 has been. Like I said, guys, I can't stop gushing over how much I love The Mandalorian, but that's just me. I know a lot of people have different tastes in Star Wars, but I'm pretty sure everybody's pretty much on the same page. This is the one that's united the fan base again, I'm pretty sure. So, like I said, comment in the comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next week. See ya.